What's up, everyone? Yay. Chris is here. He's here. He's here.
I am here.
Howdy.
So
Just in time. Fixing the
I
internet
think
just in time
my
to
wife
connect.
was covering for the cats because not only was my internet out, but I went to go move my mic and the whole thing fell off. I'm like, I know how tight I
Did
tightened
you get a
that.
new mic? You get like LEDs on that thing.
Yeah, this is the one I had
Okay.
I got a little while ago to make
Okay.
me sound better.
Okay. Look at
Nice.
you.
Yeah. I
Okay.
invested a little bit.
Okay. Can you get all close to the mic?
Oh yeah, when I get all close, it just oh yeah.
That's sensual.
I like it.
And I can
Sounds
turn
good.
up the mic volume. I think it's at its max. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Well, welcome
Yeah.
to season 10, episode 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9 of the Wheel Reads. Yeah, I'm wearing my Semestra shirt tonight. Plant Supreme. It's what
That is
Mhm.
that is one of my favorites.
it is. It is one of my favorites. Too.
It's a close second to the whatchamacallit, the floaties.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good shirt. Good shirt. Good times. So yeah, as far as announcements go, nothing really new for our podcast. There was a winner. We did a book giveaway for Cosmic Reads, and Don Kaiser won on Twitter. So
Nice.
she'll be getting a free Cosmere book.
Nice.
Coming her
Congrats.
way. What?
I said congrats.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, so there's that. I'll be doing another giveaway soon. I'm gonna start doing some more of those. I felt kind of off on them just because I've been busy. And yeah.
Don't forget Christmas in July. We could have a big giveaway
Yeah.
extravaganza.
Christmas in July. That's a good idea. Yeah, we could probably do that. I'm vacation a lot in July, so it should work out well. Going to a concert in a couple of weeks.
Hey,
Ooh,
yeah.
That'd be fun.
We're gonna relive our childhood.
Yeah, high school relived. We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Ooh.
So Ian and I are going. I'm a third wheel. I would say going on a date, but I'm kind of playing third.
It's a date.
It's a
on the
date.
calendar.
It's on the calendar. It's a date. Yeah, we're gonna go see Dave Matthews Band and relive our high school / college memories. Because I have not seen Dave Matthews Band live.
I didn't know they existed still.
It's been a minute.
It's
since I've
been 2004 or maybe 6.
Yeah.
It's
Well, in
been a
high
long
school,
time.
college, there were some seasons where
You saw him multiple times a year.
we'd go like 3 or 4 times in a year as you
We
travel
travel
East
around the
Coast,
country
we'd
and
hit a bunch. And
or go to Vegas and see him. We did that a couple times. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
but that was high school and college, and it's been years. And I was like, it's been long enough, man. But tickets have gotten expensive. I didn't remember it costing that much to go to a concert back in the day.
And you got to get it in though. Even he said, I saw an interview where he was like, his voice. It's not that it's not gone or anything. He could still perform all of his songs, but it's not what it was. He is getting older, also. You know. So,
I'll still have fun.
I'm
There's no
debating
alcohol involved.
if I could convince my kids to come as well, like River or Ryder, I'm gonna bring them out to
Okay.
experience it. But I haven't got an answer back from them yet.
Okay. Cool. Fun. Good times. And then I have Beach Week coming in July, so Beach Week.
Nice.
Each
Get my
week.
tan on. This week in Southern Bay Race Week. So sorry, Ian. Not going to give you a downer, but I'll be racing sailboats all weekend long. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's be fun.
I might come cheer for y'all on Saturday. We'll see if the weather's right.
Yeah. Come on down. It's really fun. The party's always good.
Yeah.
And do you have the kids this weekend?
I do not. Well, I have them Sunday.
Well, because I'm saying Blackbeard Festival is going on this weekend too. So
Oh man,
that's
I
always
miss
fun.
Blackbeard Festival.
Blackbeard Festival is so much fun.
I might see what's going on Sunday. Sometimes that's still a good day for that.
Yeah.
Maybe
And they
take
do
a
the
run out
fireworks Friday night and then I think it's Saturday when all the pirate ships go out and they shoot cannons all day long and like have mock battles.
there. It's very cool. It's fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
not really big. When I went,
It has. Yeah, it used to be really small. Like it was a small thing it started, and now it's like really big.
Yeah. It was neat when when we were younger, like you could go, the people that are dressing up as pirates, like as it started to build, instead of just being a random pirate, they would on it or act as a certain pirate and like know the history of them and everything.
Right.
When it first started, you'd go ask a bunch of questions. These guys were super smart on the person they were trying to be.
Right.
Give you all the cool, but now it's just so many people. You're lucky if you get a couple seconds to talk to them. And
I mean, a lot of people just cosplay
class in college about pirates. So
yeah,
it's fun. It's
I wanted to be one. I tried. I was this close.
Yeah. So anyway, fun times. So yeah, it's personal life. I already shared all of it. I'm sailing. There's Blackbeard Festival. It's also Greek Festival this weekend too. Greek Fest. Yeah. So like it's gonna be a fun weekend.
Is it the Newport News one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Actually, Kirsty coming home?
I'm seriously contemplating it.
I keep telling my Richmond folks that the Newport News one I think is far better than the Richmond one.
Oh yeah.
And all things food, Richmond generally wins.
You know, the hidden gem is the Williamsburg one.
Ooh, I've been to the Norfolk one.
I haven't tried Williamsburg. Yeah. Might have to check that out.
But it's fun. All the Uza, Opa, and just drinking and having a good time, eating entire legs of lamb and just having a good time.
Mr. Cannabis, he's not with us anymore, but he definitely helped put on a good show there.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I went to a Lebanese food festival a couple weeks ago, and an Armenian one, maybe a month ago, not that long ago. And it's interesting. They all have their different spin variations of the various foods that they sell there, but there's a lot of similarities. And I'll ask them because I'm like, all right, so what's the difference between this and that? And they're, well, it's the same thing, except we do this one slightly different ingredient or prepare it slightly different or but
it's always funny. Like we, my wife's family has friends that live in Egypt. They're Egyptian. Like they're not just they're from Egypt, from Cairo. And she came over like a few months ago, and we went to dinner with some other friends. And she came over during the day, and like literally she had just flown in that morning. So like yesterday or the day before in a market in Egypt, she bought some chocolate covered dates and gave them to us. So that night, like we went to our friend's house, we brought the dates with us. And like want to take some bites. Like, I've never had a date taste good. Where'd you get them? I was like, from Egypt yesterday. Like,
had them flown in.
Just had them flown in yesterday from Egypt.
Yeah.
Perfect. They're delicious. Something about like
that Will Reeds must be doing good then.
Dude, Egyptian actual dates over there is different than what you buy in the stores here. Like I don't like dates, but you get the ones from over there. They're so fresh. And, I don't know.
Fruit and veggies overseas, Alan, you know this. Every country you go to, it's wildly different than the U.S.
It is.
Like so you think you know fruit and vegetables until you travel the world, and you're like, holy cow, everything's different.
Yeah,
you get a green orange, and you're like,
yeah, like when I was in like Thailand and Malaysia and Singapore, like that part of the world, I ate papayas all the time. And then I got back to the States, like I love papaya. I went to the grocery store and bought a papaya. I was like, this is gross. This is not what they have over there. Over there, it's delicious.
Instead of green orange, I'm like, what?
Yeah. But that means they're ready. Green means go.
Go.
Anyway,
but they're gigantic too. Like the papayas are like this big.
I don't have much to add for personal life. Memorial Day weekend is when we kind of officially opened the river up. Everybody was out there. So it was great. I did a lot of just sitting back and kind of watching and taking it all in and enjoying it. You know, having memories of when all of us were first starting to have kids and they were all tiny and running around. We were trying to keep them from drowning out there. Mm-hmm. And now they're in college and they're showing up with their boyfriends and girlfriends. And we got a couple of littles left, like Ronan's my youngest. And there's another cousin that's 4.
Okay.
And he's the youngest over. Anyways, but just, taking it in, like, I'm getting older, So
getting older. Yeah. Now my son graduated kindergarten, so we had a cookout for the class on Friday night. So all the families came over and they had a good time, running around the backyard, having a good time, and just grill up some hot dog hamburgers.
You colored in the lines.
Yeah, yes. They did it.
High five.
It was so fun. It was a good time. Good times. Yeah. How about you,
I
Chris?
went
What's
to
going on?
Scottish Fest this past weekend
What?
down in Greenville. Scottish Fest.
Oh,
Oh,
Highland
Scottish.
Games.
Did you do Highland Games? Did you do any?
you
I
toss any
did not
cabers?
compete. No, I did not get to compete because they actually were doing like an actual circuit.
Okay.
So these people are semi
Professional.
/ are professional.
Okay.
But naturally I gravitated towards the competitors, and then they never told us we couldn't go on the field. So I just like went on the field and like sat next to the competitors while they were competing, and then just got to talking to them. And then literally one guy comes up, he shakes my hand, he's like, "Holy shit!" He's like,
Please come pick up this
Thanks for
stone. I
finding it."
need to
He's
see
like,
it.
Come do this real quick. I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "When are you coming out to compete?" I was like, "Well, I moved cities, I moved, states, so I have nobody to train with now." He's like, "Let me give you a name. Literally 14 minutes from my house, there's a gym
Okay.
and a guy who does and trains
Highlands. Okay.
both Highland and Strongman." So I'm like,
Yeah.
I
you
went over
go.
there today, left him my information for him to call me. So I'm hoping he reaches out, and then, who knows? Maybe the next
Yeah.
year I will be competing.
Yeah. It's always weird when you meet people, like, you don't think that there's that much of an outlet for it. Like, when there's like the obscure, I call Highland obscure sports, like, because
It
it's not
is.
like Olympics.
Not a
and
lot of
things like
people
that.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a wholesaler, like someone I knew through business, that we were talking one time at the bar, like after a meeting or something like that, and just kind of hanging out. He's like, "Yeah, I have to go to Europe next week," and I was like, "Oh, for fun?" He's like, "Oh, for competition." I was like, "Oh, what are you competing in?" He's like, "Knife throwing." I was like, "Are
Yeah.
you like amateur knife thrower?" He's like, "No, I'm ranked 8th in the world in knife throwing." And I was like, "What?"
Okay. Every time he picks up a pen, you get a little nervous. You're like,
like
Nothing like Highland
he was-
Games are not as huge. Like they are actually pretty big
Oh,
here.
sure, but they're bigger.
But
Yeah, go to
over
Scotland.
there, it's like
Oh, sure,
it is
100%.
a thing, like all over Europe, and they fly Americans over to
Yeah.
compete all the time, and it's
So
like,
yeah. So then he started bragging about it. This guy that I met through business, and he's like, "Yeah, I do competitions. I'm 8th in the world." And then he brings it up. He's like, "Yeah, so I used to actually be the official throwing coach for the set of Walking Dead." And I was like, and he
What?
pulls up his phone, starts showing pictures. He's like, "Yeah, I taught all the actors how to throw tomahawks and knives for the show." And I was like,
that's
badass. Like
that's pretty
he's the
cool.
guy you need around.
"That's awesome."
Cool.
So every time you see them throw a tomahawk or knife, it's because of a friend that I met. His name's Dan Pegg. Yeah, he actually got out of business and opened his own throwing like bar or whatever,
Really?
axe throwing
Yeah.
bar. Yeah,
Well, we got somebody in these chapters that's fond of daggers.
we do.
A
So
couple of somebody's.
good
Yeah.
segue. I like it,
How
dude.
about
On
it?
point tonight. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what's up. Anyway, so let's get started. Chapter 15. Gathering darkness. I believe in a thing called love. Just for the heart. Get hit that note.
This first chapter was long, and I'll tell you, I'll probably have a lot more to say in the second chapter. It's not that this first chapter I didn't like, but I tried to go through it twice, and I couldn't. By the time I knew who was talking and what they were talking about, we were kind of shifting.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's we've been in Lane for so long, and then we're still in Caemlyn, but we switch over to Alina, who's pretty much the main opposition to Elaine to take over
Right.
the throne. So we're getting the other side.
It took me too long to figure that out.
Yeah,
and I had to rewind and re-listen. Like, oh, go back a half hour and start over.
It doesn't help that Elaine and Alina both start with an E and both have like the multiple vowels, and it's kind of like, are they the same person? What's going on?
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert Jordan.
Does she have like an evil hidden personality that comes out at night that we didn't know about?
Exactly. So yeah, she's riding through the camp accompanied by her maid Janay and 4 other men. She thinks the winter siege is a dire mistake. So basically, they're set up camp. They're all talking about how they're going to control houses, and she's just basically plotting on how she can figure out a way to usurp Elaine and take care of her.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much what's going on there.
Good job. Done.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm right there with you when you said there was a lot. It was a long chapter with not much said. We got a lot of great insight from the opposition. We understand that within the opposition, there's opposition. We understand that people are legitimately feeling as if they're being held captive and are being legitimately held captive.
Right.
But because of pacts that their husbands have made and so on and so forth. But, otherwise, Elaine really didn't have much to worry about because they're a disorganized mess. Like,
right.
I don't want to argue with that, only to say we did get some insight into, I guess, what you would call the leader of the opposition, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she is passionate about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of wondering, are we going through the motions with all of this and it's inevitable that it's Elaine? But I think this chapter shows us it's not inevitable.
Yeah.
There is somebody that is definitely working the other side of things. Now, I do agree with your point that it does seem discombobulated and loose alliances. And I've said before in other chapters, leading from a position of intimidation and fear and everything is not the way to do it. It generally falls apart, but it can cause some chaos for a while. So
you're not a friend of Machiavellian, rather than feared than loved.
Well, it depends on the situation, but generally no. Well, and I don't think those are the two things they're not really opposite each other in terms of leadership.
No.
Because there's leaders I respect and I don't love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, not like, certainly not a romantic sense, but like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's some that I fear that I don't respect. I don't consider them a leader. They're just a powerful enough being that I don't want to have to F them if I don't have to.
Yeah.
There's no love and no respect there. So
yeah,
that's kind of how this character is. If I wind it up like on her side and I was wheeling and dealing with her, I'd probably be looking for an opportunity to cross over, switch sides, or change.
Which is exactly what they're all doing. They're looking for ways to break off, if nothing else. They're not really trying to go to Elaine's side. They're all trying to find a way to capture the moment, to seize the helm.
Sure.
And it's going to be the revelation that her babies are Rand's babies. Or somehow Rand's going to step in where he shouldn't, and she'll be able to use that as a reason to get enough people behind her to...
Well, she has enough. She's got enough behind her right now with the amount of discord happening.
Well, that becomes solid, I guess. It'll maybe solidify her position.
Right.
So there's ways this can unfold where her loose alliances become strong. So
yeah, and she's taking the approach of eliminating competition versus what's that?
Nothing. Not worth repeating.
Okay. Yeah, she's taking the approach of eliminating competition versus trying to do it in a more diplomatic fashion. And she thinks, hey, if we take out certain people, most of the powerful high seats will just flock to her. Because
Now, as you guys are going through this chapter, don't you dare judge this character and be like, oh, we're more civilized than that. We don't operate that way. Everywhere around the world, including our own country, this is a strategy, and unfortunately, a winning strategy that people use.
Mm-hmm.
So,
there's
so many people out there that they want the kind of the path of least resistance. If there's a change in power, there's people that they have such a strong desire to want it to get back to normal the way it was. They can accept a lot of really bad shit if they think it's going to get them there.
Yeah. We're anyway. November's coming. We're gonna see a lot.
Right.
I'll say it. November's coming. We're gonna see
not looking forward to
it. I'll be honest with you. I could give a damn about anything politically, but the mess.
There's one that is definitely he's got my interest at heart. I bet he thinks about me every single night before he goes. Oh wait, no, none of them.
No, none of them.
They don't care about this guy.
None of them.
Anyways,
I
tangent.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so it's going to be interesting. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be interesting with Elaine. I again, like I said last go around, I'm ready for this to be over with. And now they're talking about it might be summer before we have somebody on the throne. I'm like, but this is the eternal winter. Like, are you telling us we're not ever gonna have anybody on the throne? Like, I could see that. Like, maybe we go the whole, next 10 books or whatever, and nobody makes it on the throne.
Yeah.
We know she will, but
So maybe not in this book because things are moving so slowly, but maybe this book is setting us up for in the next book. So Rand's finished, get rid of the taint. Unless there's something else like hugely pressing, I would think his next move would be to link back up with Elaine.
Okay.
And that's where I think the possibility of his involvement really screwing things up for her happens. So if not the end of this book, going into the next book, I think Rand.
Well, I mean, we don't have
found a
much
way to
left
mess this
of
up.
this book, so something has to happen soon.
Does
or,
it?
Or everybody is right about this book, and it sucks just that much because literally
It's
we
one
keep
big
going
setup.
back to every single time. Oh, the beacon of power, the beacon of power, the beacon. If I hear that term or hear about the daggone taint being clean one more time.
Sorry.
I'm like, we keep replaying the same moment through all these different people's eyes. So now I get it. I understand.
Well, I mean,
everybody else
they have to keep going. So like it goes from like being annoying to funny again.
Yeah. It's like staying on the roundabout.
Yeah,
10 laps.
Stay on the roundabout. Or like
he was waiting for that. He was so happy to have a moment.
I can play this.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, now that one you need to use more.
Yeah, that one I need to see a little bit more.
That's hilarious.
I feel like that's Elaine's answer when she wins all this finally is, you know what's gonna be funnier? When her mom pops back up. She's like, excuse me?
Who's in charge? No, but she already didn't she already
She already officially passed the torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abdicated.
It's only
that's
like
the word.
It's only
abdicated.
like her and one other person that knows about it though.
I was like, what's the word when a rulership's not abdicate? She abdicated.
Yeah.
Yes, that's I mean, is there anything else in this section besides just about cooking and stuff? I mean, there's not a whole lot that happens here. She gets some letters.
I mean, we can go into the depth of how well Jordan is able to write manipulation. And we can go into a little bit of the conversation about women as property.
Yeah.
Because there are moments in these chapters that could be very triggering because the one lady, I can't remember her names, it's very dark, and we understand like she's, there's a lord coming who's got plenty of people that everybody wants on the side, and he's clearly crazy, and he wants a piece of that, and he's like, you're not going on about your husband still. We can handle him. Like, I'm not worried about him. I'll duel him. I'll get rid of him.
Yeah.
Like, you're mine. She's a betrothed and she's a married woman. Like, how that doesn't work. And this husband has now like literally giving of himself and signed treaties or whatever to help this one woman gain the throne.
Right.
And she's literally pimping out his wife.
Yep.
And her handmaid for that matter.
Yep.
Like, how is any of that good?
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. Not good at all.
No. So Jordan does a very good job of detailing that. He really, allows us to feel for some of Elaine's opposition and kind of wants us to kind of cheer her on, but then where are we cheering her towards? Really, I just want her to be free of the situation she's in.
Sure.
I don't even think she's able to overcome Elaine, but and I even think to a point maybe she needs to go ahead and side with Elaine. She needs to convince her husband that Elaine's the person to be voting for, even though she has zero confidence in a Demon Dread taking the throne again.
Yeah.
So
well, I think that's a good point to move over to David. David, our super secret spy.
Mm-hmm.
I should have downloaded that clip. Super secret international. Super spy, super spy. I need to get that clip.
Yes, he's walking along, he's chilling. He realizes somebody's following him. He's like, "I'm gonna take care of this situation."
Mm-hmm.
Real
Yep.
smooth, very subtle.
Yeah, someone's following him. He just turns around. He's like,
Stabby.
Gotcha, bitch.
That was another perfect moment. I mean, legitimately, it was like reading that setup. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna get him real easy," and sure enough,
"Yep,
slides along into the alley, pushes himself up against the wall. Guy walks by and
Yep.
done.
Takes him out." And he's trying to think of like who sent this man after him, and suspects it's either one of the Aes Sedai or Brigitte. And she's like, "Yeah, Brigitte, that one."
Yeah,
calls
I
her.
think he definitely misjudged Brigitte. Like
Mhm.
that's not her style.
No, but he doesn't trust her because he's like, like that woman who thinks she's the, someone from the legend. She might be, but she could do something like this. Send someone to try to kill me.
It is a good question though. Who did send somebody to kill him?
Who done it?
The question.
Yeah,
Maybe a different Black Aja or a black
some rival. I mean, Dark Friends do Dark Friend stuff.
Yeah, so maybe a rival
they
Dark
fight
friend.
amongst themselves.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they might not even realize what they're doing because they're not sharing information. The left doesn't know what the right's doing all the time with this group.
Yeah.
So, they may be thinking they're actually killing the mother of Elaine or father of Elaine's children, not realizing that they're contradicting the efforts of another dark friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's, he's very skilled with the knife. He did a phenomenal job of avoiding being taken out himself and then putting somebody down and escaping notice. And then B, it was very quick, very subtle. And then he gets where he needs to go and he's still on guard. Like he realizes, as much as I want to trust these people, I don't trust these people. So
Yep.
Maybe Definitely. It was who's the lady that's been feeding information to Elaine about who spies might be, and she's been getting a little carried away with her duties. Maybe she's trying to have him killed.
Maybe.
I didn't even think about her.
Yeah. Yeah. So she
might kind of shake Elaine up a little bit so that she can take Elaine's spot without taking Elaine's spot.
Yeah. But he's trying to get some first.
Is it Dylan? We'll get to that in a second. Name?
What?
Is it Dylan?
No. No, I'm talking about the
one that's hanging out with her. The ones that brought the kids. Yeah. What's her name?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Well,
she's the one figuring out all the spies.
Yeah. Someone in chat might remember.
Before we move on, I need to share this with you because it's terrifying. I have this bad habit of I clip my fingernails. I don't bite them. But my toenails, when they start to get long, I peel them.
Too gross.
So it's fine on all of them except the pinky toe. The pinky toe, 9 times out of 10, it's fine. But that one time out of 10, I get the corner and I'm like, I'll just give a yank, and
you rip the whole thing off.
It'll peel the whole thing.
Oh, I can feel it. Like I hate.
It's right here, dude. I'll sanitize them. I'll give them to you.
Well, they're good now, and the right pinky toe, I don't have to trim for another 6 months because first the nail has to grow back, and then grow out. Oh. That's why if you notice my face, I went, and then I had to go stop the bleeding real quick.
Okay. Gross.
It is Dylan. Dylan is the person I'm thinking about.
Who?
Dylan is the person I was thinking about. So maybe Dylan did it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, David gets back to Cheyenne's place, and Fallion's there. Who, of course, we know is a dark friend as well. But is being punished right now in a really, really horrible way. She's being passed. She's being passed around. It's kind of
at least he's not well, he's got his fears. He's like, you know what? Not gonna cross her because one day she's not gonna be under their control, and I don't want to be the one she comes after.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna work something out here. We're gonna, we'll trick the lady here, and we'll pretend like we're doing the do, and then we'll just trade information. I'm good.
Yeah. Hit her a few times, give her a few cold bruises, make it look like you did. Yeah.
Yeah, and keep reminding her that she told me I had to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have her sign a contract every time I hit her.
Just not good. None of the.
No,
Pretty good.
she's gonna kill him anyway. It's coming.
Probably. Yeah, so all that's going on. That's kind of gross. And let's see. Phelan returns, describes there's a visitor. 2 others come into the room. That guy comes in. He's like, "You mess with my woman."
Yeah.
And it's like,
What's up that? Oh, she's
Yeah.
your woman, is she? Well, I mean, sort of. We snuggle a little bit here and there and keep each other warm. That counts
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Like, what's going on here?
it's a weird. It's Dark Friends are weird. And then they start asking him about so have you gotten with Elaine yet? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, you hooked up with Elaine yet? He's like, I'm working on it. It's like, it's a very, really weird chapter. But yeah. So
I don't have anything to add other than it's a little weird.
yeah, it's a weird chapter.
I mean, but it makes sense.
Yeah. It does. I mean, that's when he was hired. That's what that. I mean, that's or not
exactly
hired.
what he's there for. He was
told to infiltrate the guard, and if you can, get with Elaine.
correct.
He's like, and that was like kind of his word. You get to sleep with the queen. He's
Yeah.
like, all
He
right.
was promised the queen. Not even that he has to
was.
sleep with the queen.
Yeah.
He was promised
the queen.
the queen.
Yeah,
So his full expectation is that he will be ruling by her side and she will become queen. And now he's worried that they're working against her to become queen. And he's like, well, maybe I get another queen. Maybe they're going to tell me to offer and then I end up with somebody else. Like,
right.
either way, my expectation is that I'm ruling this
With
land for a
luck.
woman.
Yeah. Yep. At some point, Cheyenne then calls up Phelan to get David to come upstairs because there's some visitors that have come. When David gets up there, Cheyenne tried to kill the visitor. It's like, yep.
He breathed too loudly.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
And he's just walking on thin ice because he doesn't want to end up dead as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that like the father of one of his victims or something?
Yeah. And she wants him to go free some Soldam and possibly some Damane too. Just kind of cause some chaos. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, she just instructs him, and then he's like sitting there a little bit worried. Well, you want me to do that? She spooks him. Finds out that she had his knife the whole time, ready to kind of shank him.
Yeah, and she puts the knife away, and he's like,
Yeah,
"I never saw it pull it out."
Yeah, you know what? I won't go there. Sometimes I'd be surprised in people like that too. Especially Chanel. Anyway. Awkward.
Yeah.
And then went to sleep. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Puts her knife back away and like,
yeah. Then he took a sip of the wine and he was like, oh.
Yeah, then he's like
nervously.
He's almost like entranced because like at first he's like, I'm not gonna drink the wine, and then like not even thinking about it, he takes like a big gulp of the wine. He's like, oh shit. Well, she drank it too. Oh crap. I think I might be dead.
Yeah. Talk about anxiety. Like,
Yeah, it reminds me of that clip. I mean, I'm sure it's not exactly what happened, but it's still a funny clip. There's a clip of Putin and Kim Jong Un meeting together, and they both pick up their glass of champagne, cheers each other, and then look at each other, look at the glass, and then both put it down. Like, I don't think it's it's a great clip. It's like, nope, not today.
It just so happens that the
Not
poison was on
today.
the outside of the glass and it got absorbed into your skin.
Yeah,
So.
there's that too, but it's still a funny clip. Like it's,
Mhm.
it's yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much where we end this chapter. I can't think of
Guys,
anything else.
we're not even gonna lie to you. Like, they were long chapters, but nothing happened. I mean, nothing happened.
The next one's fun though.
It is.
I don't know that there's a ton to talk about, but it's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, because we're switching point of views, which is fun.
We are.
We're finally
going back to Eggy.
Egwin,
Yeah, Egwene.
Eggy,
Laney.
Eggy.
Yeah, we haven't heard from her in forever.
We haven't. No. Yeah.
I'm worried how she's changed. Thinking
Yeah.
maybe like she's.
If I picked at the cup, I'd forget not to drink it too. I mean, that's happened to me so many times. Like when I'm at a party, I'm like, I'm not going to drink anymore, and I have a beer in my hand, and then I find myself drinking it.
Back when I used to dip, I'd have the drink, and then the spit.
Dude, you have
I've-
no!
I've mixed that one up.
What's with you and just disgusting stuff all night long? I peel my toenails off. I
drink my
dip.
spit. Oh
No, not just spit. That's one thing.
no!
dip
Don't
spit.
say it,
Dip
please.
spit.
I can taste
Pretty
it in my
gross.
mouth. I've
Yeah.
never even dipped before, but
Yeah.
It's a little slimy.
No, I've made a mistake before being at a party and picking up a beer that I thought was my beer, and it was the beer that someone threw a cigarette into.
The ashtray.
And
Yeah.
I've taken a big swig of
That's
that and just
the
been like,
worst.
oh.
I think that's worse than the spitter. That is a horrendous taste.
Yeah, the ash can soda. Yeah, there you go. Same thing. Just saying, the ashtray can of soda. Yeah, it's the grossest
It's
thing
so
in the
bad.
world. What did I just come back to?
well, welcome to the Wheel Read.
Welcome to the Real Reads, where we talk about drinking ashtrays.
So it's crazy because there's two girls but only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you about this video.
We'll be right back.
Fun times. He actually left.
Literally, he's like, I can't hang with these guys.
I've done that too. Yeah, I think anybody that's like been around smokers and like been at college parties, if you're at a certain age, has done it. Like smoking's a lot rarer now. I don't know as many people that actually smoke cigarettes anymore. So I just feel like that chances of that would be
Yeah.
something on. I mean, people do still smoke cigarettes, but it's just people vape and do the Zen pouches and stuff like that. I mean, there's still nicotine addiction. It's just people
Right.
have transitioned away from that. Yeah, so it is what it is. I think Chris actually left. I was going to start chapter 16, the subject of negotiations.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can start without him. We'll catch up.
Yeah.
So Eggy's sitting there watching the North Harbor. Apparently, she found out how to get there.
She's a watcher.
Well, I mean, I didn't know you could find the. She's a woman. She can find the North Harbor.
Yeah.
Men can't find it. It's just
Right.
it's a mystery.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
She had the map to get there, and Gareth Bryn followed her. I
yeah.
don't know
it's-
that he
yeah. Exactly. She had to
he was
show him
not
the
leading
way.
us out.
But if
Yeah.
I could
It's
find
a little bit
nice-
further north. Nope. A little bit over. Down
See
just
if
a
I
little.
can-
You know, here
down just a little
okay.
bit. Yeah, I'm finding a big, nice picture of. Let's see, location.
Wrong magazine, Alan.
Oh yeah. No. This will have North Harbor in it.
It's March
Well, that's
of
cool.
1983.
Let's see. And the White Top 205.
It folds out.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's real-time lands. Let's see. There's Randlands, the White Tower. Let's see. Oh, here you go. There's a nice picture of it. All right, so this right here. This is the White Tower, and apparently there's something called the North Harbor somewhere. I don't.
So you got the birds, and you know how sometimes they sing. Well, they sing, and if it's a sweet enough song, the bees are like, "That's kind of nice," and they come over and with the honey,
I mean, someone told me you have to find the little man in the canoe up there, like that's in the harbor. Like that's.
Sometimes he's not a little man. Sometimes he's a big man.
Sometimes a big man.
sometimes he's a grown ass bouncer. So
Anyway, so she's watching North Harbor, and realizes they have this system to stop boats. There's like a chain that goes
Chain.
across. Yeah,
I
they
want
got
to
some
know,
fishing
like,
string.
what do you say?
yeah.
Some fishing string.
Yeah. This
I
kind of
wonder if
reminds
that
me
was
of like
ever
the
actually used in war.
didn't they do that? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, did
On the
Game of Thrones
Vikings.
do that with like the harbor too, where they had the chains or whatever to block the boats in when they had the
When
fire.
they firebombed them.
the firebombed them?
I think so, but I think in the show Vikings they used that
The chains.
when the brother was helping out the French.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's been used before to throw chains in the water because you put them just on the surface, you can't see them, and then boats will just get hung up on them, especially sailboats.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess in my mind, they were like breaking the boats up by pulling the chains tight. So
Yeah. I mean, did you
Yeah,
see?
you could
Did,
raise them and lower them to let them go.
did
by.
you see the 3 body problem?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened with the nanofiber to that ship?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not going to give it away because it's still
Slices.
new enough. I don't want to spoil, so I'm not going to say what happens. But they got to the Panama Canal, and something happens to the ship, and it's pretty crazy scene.
There's layers to it, like an onion.
There is a lot of layers. To it. Pretty gross.
what is this again?
3 body problem.
3 body.
It's a
Yeah,
Netflix
if
original.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's
We're checking
good.
out.
Check it out if you have Netflix. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
will.
not a watch before you go to bed because you want to be awake and pay attention because there's a lot going on.
And you don't want to have the dreams Ian has.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's tough. I thought the chains were like a fence. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I guess. I mean, that's one way of putting it.
I just kind of pictured as like one.
One long chain
Long
that they
chain
just
link.
like would trip up the boats with.
Yeah,
Right.
They
Yeah.
wouldn't like trip them up; it would break them a piece.
either they break them or just stop them. I mean, you think about a sailing ship; they don't move that fast, especially like a cargo type sailing ship.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, these things aren't race boats. Maybe the sea folk boats are, but like the boats that they have are probably 3 KSBs.
I mean, I've been on like a 42 footer that hit a gill net and we were stopped dead in our tracks.
Yes, we
Hmm.
are.
We were not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't take much.
Yeah. Yeah. They're 3 KSBs. That's all they are. 3 knot ship boxes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. A few days ago, Egwene agrees to install a council with one sister from each Aja to be her advisors. So that's happened too.
Smart.
Well, we heard about this a little bit before.
Yeah.
Because this is back when I forget whose point of view it was.
Yeah.
But it was one of the Dark Friend sisters that got appointed there, and they were way underexperienced.
Hey,
but
she's
somehow
definitely
convinced everybody to be
getting
there.
everybody represented though.
Yep.
Yep.
Even the dark friends are.
I did skip over. Lord Bryn was actually pushing for a direct assault on Tarvalin. And
Yes, he was,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like he had a phenomenal thought process. I
Yeah.
think what he wanted was gonna work to their advantage, but
Yeah,
At the
be
same
stealthy,
time-
be quick.
yeah.
Egwene was right. Yeah, I have to say that. Had they done it his way, they would have probably splintered the tower more.
Yeah. She didn't want to destroy the tower. She wants to
Yeah.
try
Turn
to
it
figure out a
into
way to keep it whole.
Which the end result of that, this whole chapter, I was like, well, it makes sense, and I could see it happening.
You got to
Yeah.
try though, right?
Gotta try.
You at least have to say you tried.
No.
There is
No.
try. There is no try.
Trying to negotiate.
Oh yeah, no. And to be fair,
If you want to have any sort of
That was
moral
my
high
horrible Yoda
ground,
impersonation.
you got to try to negotiate.
my whole thing is I do feel like Egwene's going to end up back in the tower, and I don't think she's going to end up back in the tower as Amerlin.
I think she will. I think that blip that we had where she was Amberlyn in the tower and Rand was captured, I think that was real.
I
I
don't
think
know. I
she
think
fast forwarded to a real future.
maybe it was a future, but
It
It
it's
was
not
wasn't
the
a
little
future.
italicized
italicized.
A.
No, it's not
It
a
wasn't
italicized.
a
I think
future.
the a italicized future is not going to look the way we expect it. I
Yeah.
think she's going to end up back in the tower, and I think that. I mean, I don't want to say Elida's still going to be in charge, but I do feel like there's going to be a shift. I almost feel like she's going to be forced back into the tower.
So even if Elida's not there, whoever's pulling Elida's strings could be pulling somebody else's strings. So the real power, the real influence behind
Well,
the,
I think
the
that group
problem
that's
you have
rooting
now is,
out the dark friends
Mhm.
is gonna kind of clean people out, and then instead of having one person in charge for a while, this group is gonna kind of rule in its stead.
all right. So explain to me where in human history, and I know this is a fantasy novel, but where in human history have witch hunts worked?
I mean,
Even if they start with the best of intentions, before you
I'm not
know
saying
it,
it's gonna be-
everybody looks
I'm not saying
guilty,
it's gonna
fingers
look
start getting
good,
pointed
but-
everywhere.
But they have a
It's-
guarantee way of making sure, like they're bonding people beyond their oaths.
Well, one, they're assuming that works, and two, you're justifying doing a pretty immoral act for some greater moral good. And again, I just don't have warm fuzzies about that.
You know
I
what? I
guess
don't have
sometimes you
warm
got
fuzzies
to.
about the fact that when I go into a QT, I don't have a person serving me anymore. I put my stuff on a scale and it rings me up. I got to bag my own shit.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
like
go there
seeing
every
the-
Friday asking for your paycheck?
exactly.
Show them the hours you worked.
I like seeing the smile. I like for that person to greet me and to ask me if I want a bag, only for me to tell them no, and they still give it to me anyway. Like
I was gonna
enjoy
try to.
that.
I was gonna try to find the clip, but it was pretty fun. It was like a Renaissance fair, and like there's like this old wizard dude, and like one of the guys comes up and goes, "So, how do you approach a woman in this age? You know, like in medieval times." And the wizard like looks at us, well, you just go and ask for her for a date, and if she says no, you just call her a witch. He like walks up to a random girl in the it's off stage. Like it's like, hey, I was wondering if you want to go to the tavern tonight, and she's like, ew, and it's like, witch.
That's so messed up.
It was you, wasn't it? You're the one that messed with my mic.
It is really messed up. It's still a really funny clip.
Yeah.
It's obviously friends doing the skit, and it's funny.
Yeah. That's probably how it all started, though. Somebody got turned down.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's how a lot of this started.
Yeah.
Well, some of the Salem witch trial stuff had more to do with adultery,
100%. Yeah.
like pointing fingers, trying to cover stuff up, and
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have done it if she hadn't made me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, literally, there was the witch trials of Virginia Beach. Witch Duck Road is named after the witch.
Mhm.
they tripping.
Yeah.
Speaking of witches, we're at Tarvalon.
We are them witches.
And Tarvalon witches.
Witches, them Tarvalon witches. Yeah, so on
Well,
our way
we're more or less on the road, like headed back away from Tarvalon.
Yeah, they go to head back, and on the way back, Egwene talks to Delana in private, just
Which
about
pisses Shiriam off.
yeah, pitches share him off, but talking about
Naturally.
negotiations with the White Tower, and Egwene calls her council, basically to
Right then and there.
and has Delana repeat the words about opening negotiations.
Mhm.
It immediately
This is
starts
after they talked about bonding Gareth. No, not Gareth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Right.
talked about, I guess a boat went by and saw Egwene on the shoreline and was like, you could tell they're spotted, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
but thought it might just think that Gareth and her were an ice eye in the water and they're just outside Tarvalon. So
Right. It's not uncommon.
Yeah.
I'm curious though. So as Egwene is having, these conversations, and then when reading the thoughts in her mind, she's thinking about how, oh, they thought they just put this young girl in like a puppet and da 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 da, but she sure showed them, and she's exercising her authority, and
Right.
nobody puts baby in a corner. But then she had the conscious thought of, if they only knew who was like actually giving her the advice and who was actually. So is she conscious now of those who are attempting to
The
control
dark
her?
friends that are controlling her? Because she's also still suffering from headaches, because we know that there's a dark friend.
Right, but we're not really. She's not mentioning, like, in the midst of these thoughts that, oh, ooh, and I got a headache. She mentions at one part, like, if they only knew who her real advisor was, or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Who's
like,
her
she
real
knows
advisor?
it consciously.
You're talking about Delana?
No, remember, it must have been last book when she was getting those head massages.
Yeah,
Okay.
the dark friend.
Yeah, so we know there's somebody trying to influence her. I just assume that's who she was talking about here,
Okay.
like who her real advisor is.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I think it's just I don't know. That part threw me off too. I was like, who are we talking about? Like, we know that Swan is kind of like helping to guide this, and then also Rand has got his hands in it. I thought she was kind of talking about Rand at this moment.
That'd be a little less scary. I think if it is a dark friend of sorts that's doing some sort of manipulation or controlling or whatever, influencing.
Do you think there's members of Black Aja amongst these people?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no doubt. There's probably a Forsaken floating around with them.
Nah, we're not going to go that far, but
okay,
that would be too
I
bold.
have no doubts. No doubts. Anyways, it's a scary thought if it is a dark friend, Black Aja, Forsaken, or whatever, and it's gotten to the point where even in her conscious mind, in her conscious thoughts, she recognizes that she's being influenced, advised, controlled, and it's just a casual, she's accepted it.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, her real advisor is Amis and the Wise Ones, Baron. Yeah, when she goes to the dream world and it gets advice from them, and that's
hopefully
correct.
Hopefully that's what she's talking about here.
Yeah,
that's. But I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. But yeah. So eventually they allow was it Bayonin to approach the sitters to open negotiations for the tower under the stipulation that Elida is exiled.
Which I don't think is going to happen. I think she's still going to end up at the tower under their whims. And I don't know about Elida, though. That's the one wild card. I feel like it's time for her to go, but at the same time, I feel like she's going to persevere.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, my favorite character of the chapter.
I don't mind Egwene's condition she put on it, though, because going back and getting everybody back together and keeping the person there that was the head of all of this.
That's not gonna work.
That ain't gonna work.
Did you
the only chance?
Did you see her condition? Can you tell me what condition her condition was in?
Who? Elida? I concur. Why didn't I concur?
Condition is in.
But the only saving grace for Elida is if, in rooting out, who's influencing who, dark friends, Black Aja, blah blah blah, if they can discover who was controlling her and defeat that entity, then you can have forgiveness and inclusion of Elida.
Okay.
Yeah. But without it, you can't keep them around.
It's hard to keep a previous ruler.
She's loosely.
If you usurp someone, it's really hard to keep the person you usurped around.
Yeah.
Like, look at history. Talk about history. Let's go back to history. When has that ever happened?
It's happening right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, one of the things in the U.S. we have prided ourselves on for so long is the peaceful transition of power, but
we don't keep the other president around. Like, that doesn't.
We have, when I say we, the political parties are getting more and more creative in how they can work around that.
Okay.
And how they can abuse that. And it's
sure.
It doesn't work.
And besides Taft becoming appointed to the Supreme Court after he's president, but that was
right. Most of us are getting a little tired of it, but
yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. We hope it would work, but it doesn't work.
No.
I think
I
it would
mean,
just
then
give
again,
them
Swan is doing a
more
great
money
job.
and more power.
Yeah,
than
Napoleon didn't
they
like
would.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Didn't work
Swan
out
is
too
doing
well.
a great job, but that's because she's not as strong as she once was.
Who?
She realizes her weakness.
Who?
Swan.
Oh, Swan.
Yeah.
Swan.
Well, she doesn't seem to be in any way trying to get her position back.
No, she
I
wants to
think
marry her
she's
boo
still committed to her mission,
fairy.
which, being Amerlin helped her in that mission, but it wasn't a requirement,
Correct. That's very true.
Yeah. Anywho.
Anyways.
Fighting my cat over here. Sorry.
Yep. So, yeah, we end the chapter with that. With
They still have a plan to send Gareth Bryn in through these gateways,
mhm.
right? But she's going
Right.
to give an opportunity for some negotiations.
Negotiations. Yeah.
That's never going to happen. Gareth Barron is not going into the gateway.
Okay.
I think-
I'll put a Chick-fil-A sandwich on that.
Chick-fil-A sandwich. If it was a Popeye sandwich, I might take you on it.
I think they're gonna.
Popeye sandwich.
I'll go with the number
Popeye.
two.
Saying that
philosophy.
Popeyes is greater than the Lord's chicken. I actually like Popeyes better too.
Nah, Popeyes.
Depends on the mood I'm in. If I
On
want to
Sunday,
lie to
it's
myself
always
and
Have you
pretend
seen-
it's healthy, I'll say
Have you
Chick-fil-A.
seen the there's a video or a meme out there where the guy biting the metal and do the champagne and then it shows like the like all this, but rather than just being third Chick-fil-A, it's like your grandma's chicken sandwich, your mom's chicken sandwich, Popeye's chicken sandwich, church's chicken sandwich, like it goes all the way down to Chick-fil-A at the very end, like
Chick-a-C.
Oh, nothing tops chicken C.
That's a whole
Yo,
different.
Zool. What's up?
Yeah, man, and their cherry drink. You're not
Chair
getting
wine.
the
You're
cherry
you're in North Carolina, man. You got chair wine.
Mm-mm.
You got the good
It's
stuff.
coming all the way back home for cherry drink.
Chair drink.
Yeah,
It's good
Chair
stuff.
wine's good.
it is good.
Down North Kakalaki.
When I first heard sipping on some scissor, I thought they were talking about the cherry drink.
Chair drink.
Or at least that's what came to mind. I was like, "Well, they putting a little vodka in that? What is that? Spicing that one up?"
Something like that.
Gotta be.
If you're ever in Newport News, Virginia, go there now before the gentrification is finalized and get yourself a Chickasee Big Chick.
Chickasee.
Yep. It's good stuff.
Dude,
Mhm.
is Chickasee still in business? I haven't been to Chickasee since
One
I was
left.
like, okay, there's one left.
Yeah, maybe there's the one on.
This one is on Jefferson.
Yeah,
Further down?
well, so there's two left. There's one on Jefferson. There's one. Well, actually, no, the one.
Isn't there still
downtown.
one in Norfolk by the naval base?
Oh, I didn't know there was one over there.
Yeah,
Oh,
by
I
churches.
didn't
I
know-
thought there's a
I didn't
churches
know
and
there was
Chickasee
one.
like right next to each other.
No, there's one on like 43rd Street. That's the only
Oh,
one
yeah.
I know of.
Yeah.
Before the
We can go
numbers-
downtown and go to Pearlie's, get some fried catfish. Man, Pearlie's is good. Get some soul food.
I always forget about Pearlie's.
Oh,
That's good.
Pearlie's is great. You have to go there during the broad daylight. Don't go down there. Don't do it for
Right.
dinner. That's a
Yeah.
lunchtime spot.
Mhm. Yeah.
You don't go there at night. at
Don't
least-
don't scare people off. That's not far from the house I'm trying to sell. So it's a great neighborhood. It's fantastic. The street lights all work. They've been shot out in years. No, I'm kidding. Devin, not on that side.
No, no,
It's
sorry.
actually going all the way down past the shipyard down there. That side has it's
Oh,
different
yeah.
than when we grew up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They were talking about that before I moved. So my ex's mother-in-law played a role in helping to get all that developed
Yeah.
or redeveloped.
I mean, the fact that you had newer businesses move in down there and restaurants and
Yeah,
they
Ely
made
had a plan.
profitable.
Are you talking
you know,
about on,
and
on
they're
the
still
shipyard
open.
side?
Yeah.
Oh, the shipyard side. Yeah, they have the art district down there. That's fine. Yeah, the art district's
That's pretty
great.
cool down there. And
'Cause
near
you
the
have,
courthouse and whatnot.
That's
There's a
great
couple.
house.
There's a couple good places. You have Ironclad Distillery down there. There's a brewery down there, and there's the train station.
Yeah.
The train station's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a jazz joint. They have live jazz there, like every Thursday night. It's actually a pretty cool place.
Mhm.
You can tell because the way it is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
Anyways.
Is there anybody that's watching that knows the reference for the name that I chose for tonight? It's pretty short and obscure.
I think this
One
from the first
one guy
chapter, right?
says, "You're not a cook," and the response is, "Yeah, well, I also cook."
Yeah, I don't know.
It has to do with the siege on Tarvalon.
Gotcha.
They are under siege. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Zul, were you playing with the cat? No, I mean Chris is playing with his cat. That's what Zul's here for. Okay. Zul's here for the cats. Anything else before we move to the end? I mean, it was a long reading for not a lot of stuff going on.
No, there were.
Well, there's a lot of
this on my
stuff
finger.
going
I was like,
on,
oh,
but
no,
nothing really big to talk about.
Dude,
For those of you that said this would be the book that challenged us the most, you are right. If I were ADHD, I wouldn't be able to get through it.
Yeah.
So
That's how I felt with the first chapter tonight for sure.
I got ink on my finger.
Couldn't focus.
So it looks like my finger's burned. But I realized this because I was writing with this, which I love this new pen. It's actually a fountain pen, which is fun to write with.
Got to be careful with the tip.
Got to be careful because
fountain pens you never know.
It'll just
that tip
get all over
you in
you.
Trouble.
Just starts leaking. You don't even notice it.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know,
it's a tough world. But I love writing with it. Anyway, yeah, favorite character. Let's do that. Gareth Bren. Okay.
Chris, what's your cat's name there?
Oscar.
All right, I can go with Oscar.
Go with Oscar. Okay.
His ass is huge now. He's almost.
I'm gonna go with any one of the dark friends from chapter 1. Just pick one. That's just
yeah.
Just pick a dark friend.
I just hit my cat flying.
What's that?
I've been spinning him in this chair the whole time. I just sent him flying by accident. So.
Let's see. Next week we'll be doing 2 chapters.
17 to 18.
2. And we're not doing choices anymore because choices are retired. I told you that after book 5, there's no more choices for the rest of the series. But we are doing secrets.
Ooh. Bella! Somebody went with Bella in the chat.
Right, I'm going with Bella.
Yes, it's okay.
Do I have
Fantastic character.
No, you don't have to. Don't
oh, yes.
Bella!
And as always, thank you, Way the Leaf, for that great audio clip. And all props to them.
Those people.
Donkey shorts.
Those people. Dude, brother gives us hugs in the entire world.
They really do.
The best.
The best hugs.
If you get a double brothers like sandwich hug.
Oh yeah, if you get right, yeah, it's amazing.
It's the best.
They're great people.
No.
They're great people. Way the Leaf, actually, I think they're about to start. So if you want to go watch them on YouTube Live, I think
What's
they do
the
just
other?
that too.
Yeah.
The guy's name.
Is it Josh?
Tom?
No. I'm sorry. I'm going back to the book.
Oh, back to the book. Okay.
Oh,
The bad guy who's trying to knock up Elaine or trying to get rid of
David.
I do like
yeah.
David. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like he was so smooth with the knife. I forgot he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's one that has. Well, I keep saying everybody's possibly forsaken, but I won't say forsaken. But he has. I think he might surprise us with how good he is at being dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna be on the same chapter as who?
For the next episode, I think you guys will be on the same chapters.
It's the Way of the Leaf.
Well, Secrets is they'll be. Oh, okay. Interesting.
And I knew we were about to merge.
Didn't we have to do our thing? I need to hit them up.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're not gonna talk about it, but yeah.
Secrets.
Okay.
It's a secret. What the secret might be.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah. So Secrets and chapter 18 is a chat with Swan.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Swan needs to go ahead and marry Gareth Bren and get it over with.
Do it.
We just say it. Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Ooh, there is always another secret.
Always another secret. There's always another secret. Good Cosmere reference.
Yes.
There is always another secret.
Oh man, can we just say wit?
Wait, oh, dude, that clip is so good. You listened to it, didn't you? The wit, yeah, dude, I love that speech.
But like where I'm at in the book now with that, I'm like,
yeah. Talking about from the Way of Kings. This is not a spoiler because the quote has nothing to do. The quote has nothing to do with anything to do with the Way of Kings, but it's the where he talks about talents. And what is the thing that men value most? And he tells a whole story about all these different types of people and what the scholars would say, blah blah blah. And it goes on and on and on. And he's like, nope, none of that matters. That's not what you value most. You value novelty.
Yeah,
that's what people value most.
Novelty. What if a man comes up with an equation and another man in another district, another area who knows nothing about this man
comes up with the same equation
a month later?
Do you value that person is brilliant too? No, you call him redundant.
Yeah.
So it's not the brilliancy you admire. It's not the intellect you admire. It's the novelty.
I like novels.
Beard that I admire. It's the fact that every time he grows it, it looks better and better.
Will Swan pop
the
question? A chat with Swan. Is Swan going to pop the question?
Yes, Swan is. I feel like Swan will be the one to be like, "Hey,
yeah,
let's do this.
You've been waiting so long. I wanna."
Yeah,
she gonna tell him to put a ring on it.
Yeah, she is. So, anyway, we'll do that next Tuesday. So make sure you come and enjoy some time with us, maybe. Yeah. Anything else you guys have for the good cause?
Man.
No.
Okay. So how we get found is at thewillreads.com. It's a great website where you can find links to our episodes. You can find links to cool merch like some Master shirts, our frosty mugs, our shot glasses, all sorts of fun stuff. Stickers too. I have those somewhere. I think they're in this mystery box.
Ooh.
It's nice. That's like good, like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are stickers. Yeah, so stickers. You can get stickers.
Yay.
All sorts of fun stuff. Easing the possum. This is my little box of secrets. There's always a little secret. But yeah, so yeah, go to our website, find links to that. Patreon, join Patreon, help us support us. You'll be awesome. We'll shout you out. We'll love you forever. And we'll make sure to give you a virtual high five.
True.
Yeah, and then sometimes I do some extra content.
Yeah, Ian might even fly out and cook you a breakfast if you give us enough money.
Possibly.
Do you offer that when we started this? I was like,
yeah,
that's
way
a
back
Patreon level.
Yeah, I made some.
We don't have that
wings.
level, but I think Ian might do it.
I made chicken wings for folks at JordanCon.
You saw it, everybody.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, hit the like button on your way out. If you
hit like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Anything, comment. Yeah, please comment. It helps the algorithms. You can say like this show sucks, and it still helps the algorithm. It's still amazing. I'll still like your comment and tell you how much I don't care. So, anyways, that's all I got for this week. So,
till next time.
Peace.
Okay, bye. Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.
Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving device ready and strapped on.
Oh, where are we doing tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about? Sure.